I think you guys really lucked out.
Yeah, we always lucked out with our rescues all our lives. But this guy, with being a Dobie, I was
know
worried.
you were so nervous. That's why I texted you after.
I didn't sleep all night thinking he's going to do something to my kids. I don't know. I know it's crazy, but you don't know when the rescue...
Yeah, you don't know what he's been through. Yeah, that's amazing. He's been doing so well.
The door accidentally opened without a leash and he ran out.
Oh, he ran out?
And
we can't control him not
and he
running
saw
out.
a dog in the other street, and so he ran to him and he started to play with them, and he almost...
Rather than eat them, which is good.
Yes, yeah.
And he almost threw him all over.
I'm sure. And you got him to come back then?
Because he was next to the dog, so I grabbed him.
Okay.
I can't, he's too strong for me. Our friend who just left grabbed him, and together we forced him.
I was in the parking lot today, he jumped from the back seat, from the back, started walking. I couldn't get him, I was running, he was running, then eventually I asked somebody to just grab him, and as soon as I grabbed him, he just sat down.
Okay,
No, he doesn't listen. I mean, it's
but
okay.
he doesn't completely bolt either.
No, he doesn't bolt.
Which is great, because typically I say this because I've been dealing with other people whose dogs, just their natural instinct is to bolt. And when they see it coming, they keep going, and then it's an hour-long chase, and that's really scary. So that's amazing that you can grab him. He probably knows that he's got the best life ever now.
So I don't know if he opened both fences. We have no idea what.
Where was he? In the house or in the
He
backyard?
was in the backyard. He ended up in the front of the house on the grass, sitting very nicely waiting for us.
Literally. That was awesome.
I don't think you're going to have a problem at all with positive reinforcement. With not one bit. This is like not a typical Doberman at all. Yeah.
I know. We always had labs who were this sweet.
Yeah.
And this guy is as sweet.
You are. Good boy. Oh, what do you say for sit?
Chev.
Chev. Chev. Yes.
Yeah.
Very good
Rated?
boy.
What?
Ella Edenoya, I want you all to listen to the lady. She's the specialist in this. She's gonna teach us.
And my rules are pretty simple, and in the beginning it just takes patience to kind of break the stubbornness, get him to listen. The hardest part about it is patience.
Water? Okay.
So number one is that his name should only be associated with positivity. So if you do have to tell him no, you don't want to use his name with it.
Okay, I've never known.
Because you want a quick response to his name. You want him to love his name. Majority of times when you want to say his name negatively too, like he's going towards something, going to eat something, it's just human nature to be like, Mowgli, no. What's more motivating to him? That thing that he wants to get to, or you telling him no? He's not going to pay attention to you at all. Don't really mind if he barks.
I prefer not. It's an old lady with a tiny dog.
So right there was a perfect example. Typically, when a dog goes and barks, it's just human nature to be like, no, don't do that. I don't want you doing that. So instead, Mowgli, when I called him positively over to me, that's going to be a lot more powerful than Mowgli, no, don't do that.
Okay, let me just make sure. So Liad and Eden, you guys didn't hear it. We say the name Mowgli in a positive way. If we say no, we never say his name because it's negative.
Yes. So, and you want a quick response to that. And a lot of times, like, recall is the hardest thing for people to do with their dog. Get their dog to come when called. And it stems from the name. Because if he gets out, and sometimes he's in trouble when you use his name, if his name is sometimes a negative thing, he's going to look at you like, am I in trouble? Am I going to get a treat when I come back? I'm not going to chance it, and I'm going to go and run.
Got it.
So you want Mowgli to mean treat, positivity, no matter what, and get that instant response. So let's practice right now. I'll give the kids all a treat, and then we'll spread out.
Does this.
Okay, so hold it up high, and he can come and say, what hand gesture do you want to do for Chev? This?
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever you guys want to do.
Are you guys good with this?
Yeah, but shouldn't he lay down?
No, lay down. I do two hands. I used to do two hands.
So I'm going to start and say, Mowgli! Yes, when he comes to me. And if you just keep your hand down like this, he's not going to jump at you. So then you can give it to him right here, okay? Okay, go ahead.
Mowgli! Mowgli!
Okay, one at a time. Yes, good boy.
Okay.
Okay, next.
No, I want to do it last.
No,
Mowgli!
call Mowgli.
Mowgli.
Hold it down.
There you go. Yeah, and if you hold it out like that, perfect. He'll take it very gently from you. Good job.
Again, Ella.
One thing that's important to do too with the family to make sure he's listening to everyone, if somebody is commanding him anything, everybody else has to ignore him. Because this ends up happening like, oh, he wants me, and then give him attention, but it's just like a kid who'll be like, okay, mom said something that I don't want to do. Let's see if I can get away with something over here.
With this very well.
Mom, don't be afraid. I'm not biting you.
There we go. Yes. Very good job. Number 2 is that if you do have to tell him no, you have to redirect him to what is right. So behind every bad behavior, there's a reason. And a lot of times, people don't really think about that reason. It's just like, no, I don't like you doing that. Don't do that. And that's not enough for a dog. Redirection is key to shaping behavior. So when he jumps up, Mowgli! Hi! Hi! Yes! That's exactly! And that's exactly what we want him to do. That's it. Yes, and he's redirecting himself right here because I started to tell him that. But that's exactly what you want to do. So if he jumps up on you, you'll just want to turn your body so that he gets off and then redirect him to sit.
Not to say no?
You don't want to say no. So you can say off. You can say no. I try to refrain from using no. I still use no, but we tend to say it too often that they become immune to it. No doesn't mean anything. So if you use specific commands like off and leave it, you know, instead of just a no, like a specific no command for each thing, dogs respond a lot better to that. So I always say off and then redirect him to sit. So what I see, one with the jumping up, is that I'm sure you guys haven't done this at all. It's typically other people, and then he's a big dog, so he's not a puppy or anything, that when he jumps up, some people might pet him while he jumps up. And it's probably more so like guests or like people out on the street, and it's like he jumps up, they're like, it's okay, I don't care. And it's like, well, I do care, so please no. So make sure you're not doing that. And then also the other thing is that if you're only telling him no, get off, and walking away from him, he's thinking, how do I get your attention then? Should I jump higher at your face, or how should I get your attention? So that's why that redirection is so important. And redirection gets incredibly repetitive. It's like, when are you going to learn? You go straight to the sit. But like you can see, with me, he's already learning that. So the more that you guys do that, and that's something we'll do too. When we call him, we'll direct him to sit immediately. So he gets in that habit, like being called means I come and sit. Because if he comes to you, he's gonna be excited, maybe wanna jump on you. So and especially with the little ones, yeah. So we'll wanna get him in the habit of just going directly to sit. Perfect. Another thing, so if he's chewing on his bed, why is he chewing? Because dogs have a need to chew forever. It's also a way to exert energy. So a lot of times with the chewing, if you catch him in the act and tell him no, don't do that, he's probably gonna stop because he knows that he's in trouble. But the second that you go back inside, he still has that need to chew, so he'll go right back to it. So instead of just no, and this is something with the chewing that I do say no with. So I'll say, no, you can't chew on this, but here's what you can chew on. And give him an appropriate chewing toy, a bone, whatever. So make sure when you're telling him no, you're directing him to what's right. That's how he's telling you he wants that thing that's on the table. So you have to kind of think about, when he wants that thing on the table, what would I rather have him do? How about just sit? Yes.
I'm playing the chair somewhere.
Look at, he's smart.
Mom, put the chair.
How do you get this? Red. And with Red, I'm gonna just kind of lure him off. Another thing too that I never do is like with like sitting or anything, I never push them down.
We tried that.
You tried that? Chef?
He just wouldn't listen, so we did.
Yes. One, it doesn't teach them to do it on their own, and two, like with the sit, it's bad for their hips. How do you get this? Red. So again, redirection is incredibly repetitive. Chef?
So not to raise our voice even?
You can. I mean, you can if you want, if you think that he listens to you more, but
Doesn't listen to me.
Would rather not.
Right.
Would
Treats
rather
will
not
be
feel
the
like you don't
key. Hi. Ready? He's thinking about it. How do you get that? And right here we can redirect him right away. Oh, Red.
No, get out of there, please.
Chev. And what ends up happening with the redirection...
He didn't sit.
You didn't give him anything.
Oh, I haven't yet. Yeah, so I'm kind of going back. So this is how you teach a dog to sit. Or wait, we use this, right? This is sit. Is you put it to their nose, and if he's not responding to the hand gesture, I just kind of go back to luring him back. Yes, good boy. But do a bunch of repetitions of this so that ultimately the redirection, when you redirect him enough times, he thinks he'll skip the whole jumping.
And
So
get something
he's,
for it.
yeah,
But
so
then we
he'll
have
come
to
to
give
the
him a treat
sit.
every time we're eating.
It's okay.
Not every time that you're eating, but I mean, just take time to like do this exercise outside of it.
Every day.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
A red?
Red is
Red.
down. Oh, otherwise we just-
Chev. 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 Cat of toes.
Good job. There you go. Tension.
Don't let it go. Whatever you do.
Put it over here a little bit further. Yes, give it to him. Give him the treat. Good job.
Good.
That's very
He
good.
does have
Okay, good job. Okay, did everyone get a treat?
I got one.
And when he's thinking about it, you can kind of direct him to the Chev. So tell Chev.
Chev, Mowgli.
Yes.
Get him.
So this leads me to my most
Mom.
important golden rule for
Mowgli.
getting your dog to
Mug.
listen to you the first time is to not repeat a command.
Chev.
Once you say the sit, the Chev, anything once, you're not going to repeat it again.
Interesting.
And
We've been repeating the same command a million times a second.
right. That's
Chev,
okay
Chev,
though.
Chev,
That's okay. So when he comes back, we're gonna just do the hand gesture, show him the treat, not repeat the command. Repeat a command 3 to 5 times before the dog does it. And if
Chev.
we tell him right here, you know, we're telling him Chev, he's probably heard it at least 5 times by now. If you get in the habit of saying that 5 times, he's gonna think, I don't have to sit until I'm told 5 times, or let's see how many times they'll say it before just giving up. So you want to say, ready? Chev. If you still have his focus, all it takes is patience. If he goes off like this, then what you can do is repeat his name or any kind of sound to refocus his attention. Mowgli! Now when he comes back to me, I'm still not going to repeat it. Yes, good boy. And he does it.
Got it.
And that amount of time that it takes him to do it is going to keep getting faster and faster and
Awesome.
faster with this.
Got it.
So let's practice this.
Chev. Chev.
No talking to him. Only Abba. What command?
Yes!
Good dog.
Boy, there you go.
He gets it.
Okay,
What do I
and
do
that's
this?
okay if you do have to keep redirecting him. So don't think that he's not getting it if he keeps going off.
So, just to repeat,
Mug.
you're gonna call him.
Mowgli.
You're gonna tell him sit once, and then if he sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'll just tell you, yes, you're right. This is the hand gesture that I usually do for sit, which might help in the beginning, and then we can switch it.
Okay.
Just because this is what you do when you're holding a treat.
Okay.
And then once he's doing it consistently, we can incorporate this instead. It will just be easier for him to pick
We
it
can
up.
learn it like
Guys,
weights.
you want to do sit like this from now on?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Is that
okay?
It's not like he knows
Actually,
this.
not bad.
Right.
Just
It's very hard. It's gonna take. You're gonna probably catch yourself repeating a command, but as long as you're aware of it, that's the first step. You know. Okay, who's gonna go first?
Only Eden.
Mowgli.
And now tell him, Chef.
Chev.
Yes, that was really good.
job.
That was amazing. Okay, on that again.
Mowgli.
Thinking.
One thing that you can do is put it over his head a little bit.
And smell it. Don't give it to him.
And now up a little bit higher, just like that. Yes, you can put it right to his nose, and then go over his head. Do that again. Same thing.
Mowgli.
Put it to his nose. Go over his head. Yes! Good boy! That was a really good job. So that's what you can kind of do. Remember what you're working for. The longer or the more that you follow through with what you ask of him, the more he's going to respond to it and, you know, focus in a bit. It's still kind of, I mean, he's still getting used to just even being here, you know? So he's doing really well for that.
Chef.
I see his body language. Yeah, he's just getting there. He's getting tired. I do.
Long day in the office.
So my next rule is to not overlook when he is behaving. It sounds very simple, like you praise him for what he's doing right, but dogs are right in the sense that the negative behaviors do get our attention more. When he's biting at his bed, we're gonna let him know. When he goes and just gets his bone or his toy, it's like, oh, thank goodness he did the right thing, and we don't tell them. So he's basically starting out as a new puppy. Mowgli, chef. So let me show you, this is how you teach a dog to sit, is put it to their nose, and this is what I was kind of saying, and then go over. Yes. So that's where if he's not responding to that hand gesture quite yet,
pushing him back, I see.
Yeah, kind of go back to luring him. Mowgli. Chef. So if it's not connecting, I'm gonna put it to his nose. If he loses interest in it, then I don't have him anymore. Come on. And this is even good practice, whatever is. Yes, good boy. Right there. And then up, over.
Slowly, so he tracks you. Buddy.
Yep. There we go. Yes, great job. That was perfect. Good job. They're really good with him, like right from the start. I mean, I see a lot. It takes a lot to kind of warm up to a dog like that who's jumping at you.
They've been asking for a dog for a year.
That's amazing, but not hesitant at all. Which I mean, that
the little one was a little bit understandably afraid of him.
Totally.
She got smashed into the wall.
Yes, very understandably. But the fact that she's still trying is really, really good, amazing. And they'll all get more and more comfortable with it as it goes on. For sure. So, don't overlook when he is behaving. When he goes and grabs his toy and chews on that, tell him, good boy. That's what I want you to do.
And use the name.
Yeah. How do you say yes?
Ken.
Ken. Okay, because you've probably heard I say yes a lot when I give him the treat. And that's a clicker word that I use. So have you heard of clicker training?
Yes.
It's like a little plastic device that
I saw on YouTube.
Yeah, basically what you would do is tell him to sit, he sits, you click the little device and give him a treat.
Rather than say any kind of word, right? It's a click,
yes, it's a little device. So the point of clicker training is that he associates that clicking sound with a reward. So if you don't have a treat on you, you can still tell him he did the right thing, or when you're weaning off of the treats, to still let him know he did the right thing. So I like the idea of the clicker to have something to let him know that he's doing the right thing, because so often
carry it with us all the time.
Well, that's the thing. When you're all trying to train, and can you have the clicker on you at all times? I'd forget a clicker. Yeah. So that's why I use that yes word. So that would be perfect. Yeah, Ken, right? Ken. Perfect. Pair that with the treat. So the reason why I like it is because it's essential for weaning off of the treats. So people who try to use treats in the beginning stage of training and then think, okay, he's got it all, let's not do the treats anymore. They quit the treats cold turkey and wonder why their dog only listens to them when they're holding a treat. And I always give people the analogy, like, if your boss one day said, I'm not going to pay you for your job anymore, what motivation would you have? So it's his eyes are closing. Are you sleepy? Praise word to let him know that he did the right thing goes so far. I still use it with my own dogs. I never give them I can't remember the last time I gave them a treat for doing a command, just because we weaned off of the treats in the right way, which we're gonna do with him. But it's essential to use that. So do you hear that, you guys? Whenever we give him a treat,
you say Ken.
Yes. Yes.
Shih Tzu.
She got
really? You wanted the Shih Tzu?
I just wanted a lap dog to make the kids happy.
He's a lap
and
dog,
something
just
that
He'll
one
be a
lap.
lap dog, I was gonna say.
Multiple laps.
Yeah.
Hey, Red, how do you get this? Mowgli. Mowgli. Chef. Yes, good.
Oh.